Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg, and we are here to say goodbye to the 2017 reboot. It's the series finale recap, but it is not the series finale of DuckTales Crew Who. But tonight we are talking The Last Adventure with my friends Monkey, Claude, and Jacob Weil.
Hello, everybody.
How are you all doing tonight?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, guys, it's over. It's over. We did it.
To quote Nightmare Before Christmas, yeah.
Yatta!
I remember it was just you and I, Tiki, when we started this 4 years ago, and now we've added Monkey and Claude to our ranks too. So
now we're a whole crew.
I think so. I must
think back over the. We've gone to a point where the triplets' mother is a main character now.
Right.
And she better stay that way with other Disney stuff. That includes Donald.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of weird to think like you look back 4 years and it's like, wait, what? No pun intended.
Shortly after this, I actually rewatched the first episode.
Oh, I don't blame you. There was a lot of mere storytelling. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, I rewatched the first episode the night before this aired.
All right, so guys, let's just jump right into it. What do y'all think of the finale? I personally thought it was pretty damn perfect. I think by ending with a crash, they stuck to landing. That's my poster quote. That's my poster quote.
I mean, the theme song started ended with a crash, so so it makes sense.
So I think this was a wonderful finale. I really do. I think it did a great job of like tying up pretty much every character's story in some sort of way, which was really impressive considering what a large cast the show has. I think every
You're talking about DuckTales, right? Not Ottoman Empire?
well, of course he's talking about Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Daddy's
that's
still
the only
alive?
thing I really cared about. Like all the DuckTales stuff going on the side, I was like, come on, I don't give a shit about all this.
Yeah, look, I appreciate this whole. Look, DuckTales is, the fan service is nice, but that's just a side dish in the Ottoman Empire franchise.
We demand a full spin-off of Ottoman Empire.
I mean, forget about all the potential cinematic universe stuff, guys. It's just Ottoman Empire all day.
It's this Ottoman Empire, this series that has ended now. Let's continue it.
Well, we need to see what came before, though.
Oh, God. All right.
Are you talking prequels?
No, I mean,
all kidding aside, guys, what do you guys think of the finale? Like,
very good. Yeah, very good. Finale is like as an ending to the season and to the series as well. And maybe I still have a question or two remaining, but little things, big picture. So,
right.
Yeah.
Claude, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good ending, tying up all the loose ends, giving everyone a satisfying conclusion. And in my opinion, this might be greater or on the same level as the Gravity Falls finale.
You know what? I think Gravity Falls might be the better show overall, but I think I might like this better than the Gravity Falls finale. In all honesty, because I have a couple of nitpicks with the Gravity Falls finale. I always have, but this I don't know. Like, there's a couple minor things, I guess, but overall, this was pretty damn satisfying. Jacob, what do you think?
I have to go along with the two guys think. I mean, I think this show definitely. I mean, this episode definitely pulled out all the strengths that the show's shown us so far. It's like shown both a grand adventure and also shown the familial stuff that we've come to know and love from this series. It's all the stops, some interesting revelations, and had some pretty unique last minute cameos.
All right.
And basically manages to be epic without overstepping its previous boundaries.
Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I must say, I'm pretty damn satisfied with this finale.
To quote Kevin Smith, I am a fan and I have been served.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with fan service.
Now we wait
just-
for Talking Duck to get his own show. So.
We just got served.
Yeah, and well done fan service at that.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we have Atomic Beast in the comments there. Hey there, Atomic Beast. Nice to see you. Nice to have you.
Yo.
Hey.
All right, guys, before we get into the meat of the episode, I want to do a little self-promotion here, because as I mentioned off the top, this is not the end of DuckTales Crew Who. As a matter of fact, we've been doing some planning behind the scenes, and what we're going to be doing is, I think potentially right now I could land on maybe bi-monthly, like maybe like every other week, doing kind of like a grab bag assortment of different DuckTales related podcasts. Now these could be recaps of previous of notable episodes from the original show, top 5 lists, like top 5 episodes, top 5 DuckTales reboot characters, stuff like that. Also, we could always do speculation and brainstorming on the broader cinematic universe. Claude, you and I have a concept for a one Saturday morning reboot that I'm actually really excited for. We might get a little bit into that if we have time at the end of this.
Would we
Starring
cover, like,
Lisa's characters, so.
Oh,
would we cover the official podcast that they're doing?
Oh yeah.
what, the DuckTales?
Yeah, this Duck Book Life.
I guess we could. Yeah, we definitely could.
Yeah, it's like a 7-part podcast, like starting March 29th.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. So yeah, absolutely, guys. This is not the end of the DuckTales content on this channel. We're gonna keep it rolling, not every week, but probably every other week for this foreseeable future until we run out of content.
Yeah.
All right. So with that in mind, guys, let's just start. One of the things I love about this episode is that it starts where I feel like the series finale could potentially end, which is the birthday party with all the characters in a celebratory environment. And I really like that it's like, no, this is just the beginning. Like, this feels like it's the end, but it's really like just the beginning of everything.
And it's
the
at
beginning
fun
of the end.
too, so.
Yeah. And
Well, when
sounds
we
like-
first visited, so in
Is
the very
that
first
crab
season.
supposed to look like Sebastian?
It's gotta, right? It's gotta.
honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. As it's just and like, did you seriously plan this party to have a secret spy raid? It's like, you know me so well.
And Scrooge paid
also-
full price too. So
Yeah.
Oh god, that was adorable with the hug. Yeah.
We got to pay off to the cup for water.
Yes, that was great. That was great.
Louis like, you learned. She's like, I learned from the best.
And
Like,
of course, Tiki, I don't know how you feel, but I, for one, enjoyed the Gladstone skee ball gag.
Oh, I enjoyed everything about Gladstone. The skee ball gag, the one last time that we got the
$20.
$20
exactly.
$20
Over there.
away from all the awkward family drama.
Right. So I like he didn't hog up the screen time. I thought that Gladstone, I don't want to say he redeemed himself, but I was like, all right, I'm enjoying this.
He definitely did. He definitely didn't pull a gyro.
Right. This kind of feels
Also-
like more true to the character than we usually get with him.
Also,
Okay, go
that
ahead.
skee ball has such a weird design. You put the high-scoring thing right in the middle of it.
It's usually
Right.
how it works.
Like,
It's usually
Not
how
like in the top corners or something.
Yeah, the top corners for me, that's usually how I see
Well, it's like
It's usually that, and you get the ascending levels with each,
It's usually-
next level
It's
up.
usually either the bullseye or the corners. That's what I've usually
I
seen.
have seen some of them with the bullseye, but I see most of them with the corners.
And going back on the whole the whole cup thing, it's like I love how this finale doesn't just pay off like all the huge things; it also pays off like all like the little things that we've seen over the years.
There are so many callbacks, but in a good way. It's like it's very much like George Lucas style. Like, it's like poetry; it rhymes.
And we even get a birthday song performed by the three caballeros.
Yes.
So.
Yes. They are kind of all over this episode in the background, which I love and appreciate, and give them their own show. I know that they already have their own show. We need to cover that show at some point, but
They should renew it.
Maybe we could cover that in the future thing. We need to get
I'd like to give them their own show in this universe. I am telling you guys, like, there's enough material where this universe has a lot to offer.
like with the Legend show.
You could say that with a lot of stuff about this universe.
Like with the Legend show, we should bring Pink Pearl on for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Okay,
there are a lot of things you could do with this DuckTales universe, like TV series or just series of shorts, or of course this upcoming podcast they are going to do.
Mhm.
Or a Daisy show.
It's such an open
May,
world.
June. Yeah.
I like this idea that Atomic Beast is throwing out of Donald and Della getting a prequel show where they kind of act like Dipper and Mabel a little bit. I like that.
Oh yeah, I
can
think
see
I have
that.
a problem with that. Yeah, the first adventure was like a pilot to that. So
Right, yeah.
yeah.
and Scrooge can be Uncle Stan.
Indeed. All right. Let's see. So yeah, I thought the spy raid was a great way to start the episode. Kind of building tension like right away, like, okay, like let's finish this. And then
Like it highlighted like all continuously highlighted like the rivalry between Darkwing and Gizmo. Like this is no time for showboating.
Showboats.
Oh look who decided to show up! No gift, I see.
the whole runner where Darkwing just thinks that Fenton can't possibly be Darkwing.
Mm-hmm.
Be Gizmo Duck.
Yeah.
A Gizmo Duck. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And he learned the truth.
Yeah,
He learned the truth that Launchpad was Gizmo Duck the whole time.
I can't believe Gizmo Duck bailed and left you in his place.
It's like he was just completely trying to convince himself he wasn't Gizmo Duck.
Which, yeah, if we get that Darkwing reboot and it's in this universe, like, that'll add an interesting layer to the dynamic between Darkwing and Launchpad.
Definitely.
It's like, why don't you snoop as Gizmo Duck?
So I like that we get continued sibling rivalries here with Dewey kind of being the savior of this raid, but then it kind of going to his head a little bit.
It's like nobody. I'm the leader of Funzo's raid. Nobody calls you that.
Even he admits, if you come with me, if you want to live, is a stretch.
He doesn't mean he was on the spot though.
But then
they come across that bubble.
Go with me. Yeah, that bubble that bubble is kind of weird.
Yeah, the bubble from the island.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Callbacks, cameos.
Yeah, a lot of callbacks.
I forgot about.
Why is this show so good at the season finale cameos?
It's kind of like its MO. Like it did that for Shadow War, Moonvasion, and now this.
Precisely, that's what I'm saying.
And even the Darkwing Duck episode too.
It
did that for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what do you all think of April and May and June?
Ooh,
this was big. This was big because they're big comic characters, as far as I know. Right? They're Daisy's nieces.
Yeah,
I don't think I don't. As far as I know, I don't think they've ever been adapted to animation before.
I don't think
they're
so
in that
either.
Caballero series.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Duh, I actually watched that and I completely forgot.
It's all good.
Did anyone else call almost right away that Webby would be April?
Yeah, I could kind of see that coming. I didn't see the big twist coming with Webby though. We'll get there.
I kind of figured that she was. I mean,
it's like, wait, May and June. If they're Daisy's nieces, isn't there an April? There's no April. It's Webby, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I as I said, I was familiar. With April, May, and June. I was like, okay, they kind of look similar to Webby too, like their clothes and basically overall features. So
wait a minute, clones of Webby look similar to Webby?
I meant like their fashion and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice of June actually worked with Kate Micucci before, Ricky Lindholm, with the musical band
No,
group.
you're thinking of May.
Garfunkel.
May was Ricky Lindholm.
Yeah, May. And June was the voice of Dominator from Wanda Over Yonder.
Yeah, Ricky Lindholm and Kate Micucci were Garfunkel and Oates.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
And Dominator was May. If you watch Wanda Over Yonder.
okay.
Right.
So
right.
they got the main cast from Wanda in the show.
Yeah,
That's funny.
like Sylvia's, which is Black Heron.
Yeah, exactly. And Lord Hader's Glomgold, so.
I mean, as long as we're talking about Heron's voice, there's a point where she says something like, "Oh, no, I expect discipline." So obviously, Finster comes to mind.
Good old April Winchell.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's see. So
Okay.
All right.
Launchpad wasn't far off. He was technically right about maybe they're putting people in boxes.
Oh, I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That actually is
And he
Oh,
was speaking in a
nice.
British
About it.
accent, too. So.
for some reason.
Yeah,
Double O Duck.
Small Launchpad.
Double O Duck's probably like one of my favorite episodes this season.
Yeah.
But he's like talking in a British accent for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a weird explanation as to how they were able to find all that, but it works within the show's logic.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I really like the all the stuff with Beakley, and
Beakley series.
she really kind of came out as a main character this episode, which I really appreciated because we all loved how much they did with her and Webby in the first season, kind of like rebuilding those characters. And I feel like I did appreciate that this season in particular wasn't really wrapped around Webby, because I did think that in the last couple seasons, Webby almost kind of dominated the springtime a little bit. But I did think it was very appropriate that Webby's origin and everything, that was kind of like the big hinge of this final episode. I think it kind of comes full circle in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And Huey gets some spotlight, too. So.
yeah.
Which he pretty much needed this season.
And we finally learned our Beakley secrets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So who was in the Webby's parents picture?
Beakley's kids, one of them, maybe?
Does Beakley have kids?
Well, maybe that's where she got Vanderquack from.
Oh.
Maybe her daughter passed away or something.
Like, I kind of wondered if there was just a picture of Beakley and Launchpad in costumes, but it doesn't look enough like Launchpad.
It might just be random people for all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she even has a picture of Lena, and Violet.
You've already got sisters. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, and she threatens to cut the string, and Lena's reaction.
Yeah.
Just overall gonna make the blanket statement here on the finale that they did a wonderful job of giving a ton of characters good screen time and moments, and that all around was really, really well done with the different teams going after. I feel like they established the threat really early on. It was a good kind of like 3-act structure within the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I felt like they did a wonderful job giving a lot of people a lot of things to do.
Yeah, even Don Carnage is there, and apparently he's Parfalo now. So.
Don Carnage gets a great final show off with Dewey Duck.
Yeah,
did he die?
Possibly.
Yeah, did he die?
No, we don't know what happens to most of the foul agents.
Like Steelbeak ran away. That's what I know.
Was he seen later? Like in one of the later scenes? I forget.
No.
We don't see him.
So it's entirely possible that Dewey might have accidentally killed Don Carnage.
Uh-huh.
We don't know Carnage. We don't know where Phantom Blood. What happens to him?
Oh, Pepper even.
Yeah, or Pepper.
Quite a few characters actually die in this episode.
Like Black Heron dies in the most epic way.
Black
possible.
Aaron was the most shocking, I think.
In the most epic way, though. Even she wasn't mad; she was impressed.
Yeah, that's the.
I mean, and this isn't a death, but yeah, they were gonna kill Santa.
Mm-hmm. He captured Santa.
Yep, he captured Santa. He was gonna get rid of Santa just to get rid of Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how the big moment where Scrooge signs away his soul essentially comes down to Donald. That's great full circle storytelling right there.
It's like especially considering like in the first episode is like he didn't want anything to do with Donald.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And Donald wanted nothing to do with him. Like he didn't even want to like meet Scrooge, just wanted to drop the kids off and go. but now Donald was like, don't sign away your life for me. Basically.
Yeah, your most trusted ally.
And it's not Beakley, not even Della, but Donald.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, I feel like at this point, guys, I'm kind of abandoning the structure of talking about this in chronological order. Let's just bounce around and list off great good moments and cool moments. Yay!
Manny's moment.
Yeah. I call Manny's moment.
All right. We all want to talk about Manny, so let's just talk about it. All right, we can all talk about Manny. It doesn't have to be any one person's.
Gargoyles, baby.
They even got Keith David to come back.
Yes.
Let me say, I didn't realize, watching it, I didn't catch that it was a Gargoyles reference, not super versed in the Gargoyles lore and whatnot. So, and even then, it's still a holy shit epic moment.
Oh yeah. As I mentioned this, I'm not ashamed to admit I was literally squeeing when I saw that. I was
Don't be ashamed.
Remember, one of the things we've been talking about this entire season when they're talking about all the cameos, like, where are they going to fit Gargoyles in? As it turns out,
he was there the whole time.
Oh
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jaiwo worked with Gargoyles? As well as Gizmo Duck?
Kinda.
I mean,
Atomic B says, "I'm shocked Gargoyles will be part of this canon," and yeah, indeed. I'm honestly not entirely like. Okay, here's my theory: if they do a Gargoyles spinoff, it'll be Manny will be the main character, and it'll be him trying to assimilate back into Gargoyle culture, and then Goliath will be kind of like like the hard ass, like no, you're no Gargoyle. Like Goliath won't be a villain, but he'll more so be kind of like a, like a reluctant mentor.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
think
they could be cut from the same stone, literally.
I mean, I don't really think Goliath wouldn't really be one to turn a clan member away unless they severely wronged him, though.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't really know the rules of Gargoyles.
Yeah, I mean, he may be a bit of a seasoned badass, but he'd never turn away someone just because
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he wouldn't turn him away, but I think he'd definitely kind of be a hard ass on him, though.
I mean, that'd be kind of fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fair.
But like when he's like the Keith David voice when he's spreaded the wings and then the music started playing, I was like, oh.
Oh yeah.
Freebirds actor Keith David.
Yeah.
So Keith David versus Gus Fring in a way.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun just to have Manny talk as well.
Yeah.
It's a great little finale bit, and we still get that one last great subtitle from him. I can explain.
He's like
Also, Keith David and John Hodgman in a thing together again. Coraline alums for the win.
I live again.
Again.
Okay, so can we talk about how creepy and effective and manipulative Bradford was in this episode? I really thought that they stuck to landing on him as a villain.
Yes.
I kind of like how
I'd go as far to say Bradford may, I think, be perhaps the best written character in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, props to Mark Evan Jackson for his performance.
I kind of like how they
right, that too.
If you think about it, there's actually kind of a lot of parallels with how he is and like how like Luke, how kind of like how Huey was at the beginning.
Mhm.
Remember,
Oh, yeah.
remember, Huey wasn't really one to go on adventures either until he kind of grew into it.
No, I thought that was Louis. That was into
Well,
it.
Louis did. Well, Louis kind of was like he was in it at first, but then kind of just like this is gonna happen, then that's gonna happen, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love all these different layers to Bradford, like as they're revealed throughout the series, and then again here in this finale, where even though he's a villain, he's still coming from a real place.
It's not a
And
villain.
when he's lying to Huey, he's still making a compelling case until, of course, you find out it was a lie.
Yeah, and he's a junior woodchuck and related to Isabella Finch the whole time.
The first woodchuck. So
yeah, him being the first woodchuck, that was a stroke of writing genius, man. I love
Isabella
that.
Finch's grandmother? Wow.
I didn't realize it until Von Drake mentioned Granny Mama, but yeah, so that turned out to be a payoff.
Yeah.
And Von Drake's still alive. So
yeah, I was like half right.
Even Jaiwo was shocked.
Can we talk about just how many cameos are in the glass cells?
Yeah, there's certainly a bunch of them, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's more in the silhouettes. Like, I could be wrong. There might have been a gummy bear in the silhouettes. I'd honestly be surprised if someone doesn't go through all the silhouettes. Like, okay, here's this silhouette, here's that silhouette.
But you remember the slideshow that was Bradford was showing Scrooge, like in the bottom center of one of them, you can actually had some kind of parchment or drawing that had the gummy bears on them.
Right,
yes, I did catch that. Yeah,
from that episode before. Like,
and I love the way he
mentions
describes it
the
to
troop of
Scrooge
goofs.
too. Yeah, the troop of goofs. I love the way he describes it to Scrooge, like the troop of goofs, flying bears, bouncing bears.
Yeah, so he may have. So they implied that he was responsible for Duckworth's death.
Yeah, it's like if you look at it, he was like isolate you. He was angrily looking at Duckworth.
Or like and then cut to Scrooge sad in front of the portrait of Duckworth. Like, I tried to isolate you.
And he told Della about the spear of Celine.
Yeah, like that. Great wham lines. I just love, again, going back to the layers. I fucking love how this series keeps adding layers to the buzzards, like, and especially with that montage at the end of the first season.
It's kind of funny how he doesn't technically realize that he's responsible for pretty much all of those things happening.
Yeah,
because Scrooge, like him sending Della to the moon, is the reason why the moon invaders were able to come to Earth in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And the isolation is what led to magic being reborn too.
And the reason the statues came to life is because he hired Phantom Blood to get the missing mystery.
So
he caused the Podo thing because he hired Taurus Boba too. So
but then Bulba went rogue. So
yeah,
but he doesn't realize that he's responsible. That technically he's almost just as responsible for the chaos as Scrooge is.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a slide where Finch and young Bradford are like with a devil or something. So, hey,
it's
people
Mephisto.
were mad about.
It's Mephisto.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this. Yeah, hey, people who are upset with WandaVision, you were looking at the wrong series.
Or maybe it's Chernabog. This was a version of.
No, that wasn't Chernabog.
It would be cool it would be cool if this version of Chernabog was just completely different, though.
Yeah, he's like the devil in this universe.
But yeah, so also, with Bradford being in his uniform, it's kind of funny. And of course, to do a Disneyland deep cut, found my old camp t-shirt, still fits, kinda. Briefly tracking Von Drake.
Like, if he was the so-called worst woodchuck, I wonder why he still has a uniform that fits him after so many years.
Oh God,
who knows? But yeah, briefly backtracking to Von Drake, just because I didn't get to say it, it's like the reason for him not being dead. That was fucking great.
Between helping Bradford with his evil plan, I never really got around to it.
Yeah, I was just so busy, I never got to it. And of course, they made sure that the first sound you hear from him includes sounds.
Yes. Very subtle, but yeah, it's in there.
Like,
so that you realize it's him before he appears.
Yeah.
Bradford Master.
Blackfoot's master plan, no doubt.
Yeah.
I like the song he sings too with the harmonica.
Mhm.
Bradford's
Of course,
evil
he's the
plan.
musically inclined one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Red, yellow, green, red, blue, blue, blue.
Oh God,
That
they
was
should
fun.
have covered that song on harmonica.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to die. We're dying soon.
Mhm.
Let's see. There's that part when the airplane, when Scrooge is saying what the team. Okay, gold team will do this, silver team will do that, and then we'll meet up. Any questions? From the second he said gold team, I wonder. I know I did. I wonder how many other people in my generation did this. If their mind just went to gold team rules.
Wait, what?
Right.
From SpongeBob.
I don't
That-
remember this reference.
Yeah.
I know a lot
from
of
pre-hibernation week.
I know a lot of SpongeBob references, but that's a deep cut.
Yeah, that's an
Mhm.
obscure.
I mean,
I wouldn't think it's that obscure,
I've seen that episode.
Sandy
but
rushes into the Krusty Krab like, SpongeBob's gone missing. Alpha team, you search uptown. Gold team searches downtown. Any questions?
Okay, yes. Now it's coming to me. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, but I don't. I remember a lot of SpongeBob lines, but that's not one that usually pops into my head.
yeah. That didn't come to head right away.
When I think of pre-hibernation week,
Well, okay then.
when I think of pre-hibernation week, I more wonder how they got Pantera to do it than anything else.
As long as I'm taking moments in this and coming up with references, anyone else think when Webby went to the monitors and started to type, anyone else felt like she was going to type Kronos?
Yeah, it was kind of similar to The Incredibles in a way.
Let's see.
I mean, I did kind of see that.
I want to get some appreciation in that we did, in fact, get one last glorious flint-hot glumgo.
It's like Curtis,
Very
also,
well executed.
courtesy,
yes.
Like perfectly executed.
courtesy of Steelbeak. It's like, come with Silver Sun. He's like, how does it go again?
It was something about some new foes. Some are old. Some of them are.
Oh my God! Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Where the heck am I?
And they foreshadowed that at the beginning when Huey says that like Magica and the Beagles and Glomgold aren't around.
Mhm.
And then the little poetry with Glomgold at the end. He's not even wearing a kilt.
Oh my God!
Again, a callback to like the first episode. I'm wearing a kilt, McDuck! A kilt!
Yes. Oh, perfect. And just circling back to Bradford's monologue, I think that whole thing was kind of a backdoor, like, hey, look, there's a broader cinematic universe out there. I'm just saying, like, if they don't continue this universe after the world building they put into that, it's a missed opportunity to be sure.
Yeah, there's.
Especially when they leave it open-ended.
Mhm.
For sure, yeah.
What do you think of Gyro Geolus in this episode?
He didn't have much to do, but I liked him being there.
And he openly
Got a
acknowledged
couple
it.
good laughs.
He acknowledged that too. He's like, "You're losing it. You're losing it."
Yeah,
I'm especially a fan of Head Nephew, did you get away? Right after Louis.
Right. Yeah, that was probably Gyro's biggest laugh.
I also like it, like,
And then-
and then also the other biggest laugh was like, it's like when they're saving the world, they're heroes, but when they need explanations, they're children.
Yeah, just the we are children. That's a great laugh.
Yeah, we are children.
Yeah. Here's a deep cut for you. Seeing all the people in those boxes, stored in there, all the different characters. I was having jumpstart third grade flashbacks to all the robots being stored when they're resting. Hopefully someone listening got that reference.
I have no idea what that
If
is.
so, you're welcome.
I assume it's a PBS show or something.
It was a computer game.
Oh,
Okay, dokie.
I was getting some flashbacks to Mission Breakout myself.
Speaking
That
of
works too, yeah.
continuing, I was like, Steelbeak actually proved to be quite a threat in this episode, as opposed to how he originally was.
Yeah.
Because he
Like
used
he-
the IntelliWay, that's why, on himself.
He managed to use
Which
it on
many
himself,
people wanted.
which was actually a smart. Remember, I think when we were talking about the episode, we were always wondering why he didn't use it on himself,
Hmm.
and now he did. And now he proved and he basically turned Glomgold magic on everyone else into mindless slaves, which is kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah.
The series also this episode also kind of ramps up the nightmare fuel.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does for sure.
Hell, Manny's transformation in general, even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manny's transformation. People actually,
Yeah, the sinews and muscles or whatever.
Oh, that was like straight out of Gravity Falls.
people that gruesome transformations. People basically being virtually lobotomized. People straight up dying. They really pulled out all the stops for this episode. Like, okay, it's the finale. Let's just go as dark as we can. Definitely the darkest episode of the series, though, so far too.
I think appropriately though.
Yes.
Okay, so two big things I want to hit on. Launchpad becoming Gizmo Duck was great. I love that moment.
And the
Oh, it's like-
motivational speeches, too. Those were
like-
great, like from Darkwing and Gizmo Duck and
Yeah.
Penumbra and others.
Yeah. Just I feel like they did my boy Launchpad proud with this show, man. They really
Yeah,
did.
it's a-
And I was like, even before Fenton says it, I was like, say the words, Launchpad, say the words. And then it's like,
yeah. To bring it back to the pilot, I guess he really is everyone's friend.
and speaking of pilot, what he says is like, who are you? I am a pilot.
Yeah, that's right.
And even though he said the words wrong, the suit was like, close enough.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
come on. Say it, Launchpad, say it. We're gonna need another Timmy.
Dinosaurs.
I may make another pop culture reference for the time being or like a less obvious one. So when they're about to do the interrogation and Heron is laying out all the instruments on the table, I kind of expect it to be like, these toys belonged to past avatars. You chose them because they were familiar.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay, I actually got that reference.
Well, yeah. I don't get the rubber duck though.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. And then the other big thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, what was it? What was it? I don't know. I definitely want to talk about the ending, but I don't think we're ready to get there yet.
Is it about Donald that you want to talk about?
I mean, no, not necessarily. I love Donald in the episode, though. I think he has just enough good moments.
The Wacko Duck moment with
Della on
Jeeves?
the houseboat.
Oh yeah, he's wearing his original outfit.
Oh yeah,
He's in
his
the car.
original outfit's
He was
great.
gonna take the Quack Pack shirt.
Yes,
And Della
yes.
makes fun of both of those things. Dang, the cheapest thing on the whack.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
great
classic.
when
It is a classic though.
I get a kick out of when Della's like smiling and choking Daisy.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, we
I wonder
understand
why
where she's-
Daisy wasn't one of the captured people.
No, probably because Fel didn't have tabs on her. They didn't think she was worthy enough to capture.
And because she's like Donald with the anger issues.
Right.
To do
That is one thing where I was semi disappointed that we didn't get Goofy this episode.
Hey, maybe he was one of the captives. Maybe.
That's possible.
They do directly name drop Goof Troop though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Should we get the Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that Jin was in the episode, or Bubba, though, since they didn't appear in the season at all.
Well, yeah, because he's also in the past.
But they were on the poster for season 3. No.
Yeah.
But no Baloo, guys. No Baloo.
Well, we did get
Kit got captured, though. Kit and Molly got captured.
Yeah.
They did.
We just saw them like 2 episodes ago, and now they're already captured.
Probably Don Kanash
Right.
captured them.
Yeah, most likely.
I would totally be down for a Tailspin spinoff. Spinoff.
Yes.
Ah,
DuckTales spinoff.
That's absolutely what they need to call the Tailspin spinoff. Just Tailspin off.
Oh, that would be
tail
brilliant.
spin-off. Sounds painful.
Oh, God.
And Shere Khan would have to be in it, though.
Oh yeah, voiced by Patrick Page, as you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently, if they were to do that, then they would have said what happened to the original Don Carnage.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the original Don Kanash is this Don Kanash's like father or something.
Oh, I know what we need to talk about. We need to talk about the Scrooge reveal.
Hmm. So does a clone count as a blood relative?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Fuck it, I'm counting it.
Let's
and destroyed all the ships with Webby and the boys.
Let's
Yeah.
bagpipes. It's like that's the big
Crazy to-
reveal. That's the big reveal we've been teasing this entire season.
Like,
I mean, I
guess
thought it was genius. I thought it was really, really well done. Really made Webby into her own character.
Yeah, it's like, and think about it though. From the very beginning, she's been a fan of the McDuck family, wanting to. As it turns out, this entire time, she's been one.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect.
And I like how Ludwig von Drake reveals it and everyone's reaction, and he's like, "Oh, you guys didn't know? You guys knew that."
that's great. You
Like,
didn't know
how
that?
did Ludwig
You knew
find
that,
out?
right?
Ludwig knows everything.
No, that's a
It's
fair-
crazy to think that this was the idea from the beginning, I guess. So it's kind of a crazy thought.
I
Okay,
think so.
yeah, it's kind of funny to think of like, okay, so we're doing DuckTales. How do we deal with Webby? Oh, okay, I got it. She's a clone of Scrooge. Wow. Okay.
It actually does explain quite a bit about her character.
Yeah.
And it actually kind of
It's like-
reminds me. It actually kind of reminds me. Ever since then, ever since I saw this episode, I was wondering if her briefly acting like him in the Forbidden Fountain of the Forever Glades is like subtle foreshadowing.
Ah.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could have just been like a gag, but for all we know, it could have been like hinting at that or something.
Yeah. I feel like me personally, I could have been like, oh, Webby wasn't an organic character this whole time. Like say, not real, but they still pull it off well, like in a way that it doesn't bother me that much. And like,
I honestly think it makes her more of an organic character, to tell you the truth.
I mean, in the
you-
sense of like, say how Lena wasn't real or something.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but what I mean by for me, it's like I love it that it totally differentiates her from the original series, and it really makes her more relevant to the Duck mythology.
Yeah. I'm talking more in universe or something.
Sure.
But still, I mean, I don't think it's a reveal pretty much anybody saw coming. Like a lot of people were.
No, I don't think so at all.
I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting her to be a clone. But I don't think many people were expecting her to be a clone of Scrooge.
And with stuff like, her becoming like her own person and like that, and especially with that bit where it's like, don't dawdle, April. My name is Webby. Your name is whatever he says it is. I'm sure there's a trans allegory in there. I am not the one to discuss it. I'm leaving that to those who are qualified to discuss it.
I hear you though. Okay, really quick, guys. We need to wrap this up soon. We end with a plane crash. Oh, also, I want to bring up Bradford's boss transformations.
Oh yeah,
he get his shoulders or the foul logo, and then of course the whole.
Look what you've turned
all you.
Like, look what you've turned me into, a base villain.
Yeah, all that stuff is great. I think Bradford really, really came to play and really kind of landed quite well as a memorable antagonist for the show.
Face it, they took someone who had no idea would be a villain, and then from how could he be a villain and like how much of a villain could he be, and now we see like, oh wow, he's like the greatest villain this series has ever had.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, the unexpectedness, which adds the layers to the before.
And then I was like, when I saw him like throw his associates and Black Heron into the Salego vortex, I literally was like, Jesus, Bradford.
Yeah, damn.
I was
you
like,
get that great villainous moment of, he's okay. I'll give you to the count of 5. 1, and he lifts one of his fingers that's holding Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Nice touch.
I mean that's straight up dark.
Mm-hmm. But he still throws him in anyways. Since he says, well, it's a special occasion, so.
Yeah, I don't agree with what he did, but I understand the special occasion reasoning. In non-murderous ways, of course.
Yes. Of course. Hopefully, Monkey, hopefully we remember that when you start throwing somebody into an interdimensional vortex. And it's not just it's not just them killing them. It's like he's literally erasing them from existence. Which is think about it, is like which is like kind of worse than murder in a way. That's just my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole final battle against it with like Webby coming up to it's like get away from my dad.
Dad? What?
And the callback to Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge.
That was a great moment too. Like when he held up the piece and he's like, it's like, yeah, that was like so much callbacks and poetry.
You have Louis looking over the contract.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why the contract is bogus.
And Huey finally gets to say the #1 junior woodchuck rule.
Expect the unexpected, yes.
Yes.
And so Magica like non-anthropomorphizes, if that's a word, Bradford, and remember, she can't change them back.
Yeah, I remember that was brought up in the last episode.
Oh yeah.
She turned him into a normal-looking buzzer, which raises a lot of questions to how animals work in this series. But he went along with her, so it's like
we've had questions about how animals work in this series from that first seagull right in the opening minute of the series.
Well, that is a fair point. That is a fair point. But like. And he goes along with her, so it's pretty much that he's now basically a literal mindless vulture.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are two penumbras in the crowd.
Mm-hmm. Either an animation error or she took Launchpad's advice by dating clones.
I think it's just an error, but most likely. Who knows?
All right, guys. And then of course the series sticks to landing with a crash. And I think that is super duper appropriate. It ends with a crash and it ends with everyone scrambling on the landing. That last image that you see in the thumbnail there of all the nephews and Webby and Scrooge joining hands is such a fucking perfect way to end the show.
Yeah, the poster was foreshadowing to that, the season 3 one.
They're falling through the sky at the end from a plane as the credits roll, but yet they're not singing a reprise of Hey a Movie.
God.
The final orchestral version of the theme song was great, though.
It was, yeah.
And speaking of, it's like, can we talk about like how great the voice acting has been for basically pretty much this entire series? Like,
it's spot on, absolutely spot on.
Super
I don't think there's been one person.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe Paul F. Tompkins maybe is the one where even that I feel like maybe it's more the writing than it is the casting.
Yeah,
but like
such a cool cast show. Friggin' David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
David Tennant's definitely left. David Tennant's definitely left his mark as Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these have become like, maybe it's also because I didn't really watch the old series, but yeah, these feel like they could be definitive versions of the characters now, like triplets especially, and Scrooge, of course.
Uh-huh.
New generational, well used.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, we forgot to talk about Duckworth's cameo. In this
Oh
episode.
yeah, he didn't do
there's
much.
not much to talk about. I mean, he pops up. I'm glad he's there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad
he
he
just
brought
showed up.
Well, that Bradford's partially responsible for the horror.
Yeah, the horror. Oh God,
The terrifying horror of Duckworth's ghost.
Demon
Oh
Ghost.
my god, that's what they're adding to the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, isn't it? That's the new magic is Duckworth's ghost.
Hey,
Duckworth's
in all
ghost.
seriousness, if they added Duckworth's Ghost to the Haunted Mansion, that would be one of the best fucking Easter eggs, man. I would love that so much.
That'd be 1,000 ghosts.
Would you like it more? Which would you prefer, that
Who
or
would be a
Wallace
more
Farm?
appropriate 1000th ghost of the Haunted Mansion than goddamn Duckworth's Ghost? I ask you. I ask you.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess
you
Uncle
promote it
Deadly
like, hey, we
doesn't count as
finally-
the 1000th because he already ghost lights there.
You guess what?
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 What do you guess?
Yeah, Uncle Deadly ghost lights at the Haunted Mansion, so I guess he wouldn't count as number 1000.
All right. So, guys, any final thoughts on the show, on the series? You have like 2 minutes. I really need to wrap up.
Yeah, this is just such a a great miracle lightning in a bottle series. It's incredible. It's super lucky they were able to pull it off as they wanted to with this whole 3-season arc. Again, well cast, some great themes throughout there, great characters. It's a great reboot, just an all-around super well done project. And yeah, it's great how well they pulled it off.
Mhm.
All right.
It's been one heck of a ride, guys. I mean, as you said, Mikey, like this show's like been through, obviously gone through its ups and downs, but I can definitely say it's definitely cemented its mark in Disney television animation history as far as
I think it's up there
a
with
great
the
way of
best
putting
of
it.
them. Yeah, it's up there with the best of them for me.
Mhm.
it ends on it ended on a high note in the way they wanted to end. I mean, how many shows get to say that?
Right.
Because it's been an honor watching this show with you guys.
Mhm.
Thanks, Jacob. You too.
And how many
And like I
reboots
said-
could be this good too? So
Yeah.
this is how you do a reboot right without messing it up.
And like I said, folks, this is not the end of DuckTales Crew Who. We will be back. We'll be talking, favorite episodes. We will be, we might do a whole podcast about the episodes that I missed once I get a chance.
Hey, I
to
forget.
catch up
Did
with
I
them.
make my obligatory reference to the return of the gummy berry juice earlier?
I don't think so.
Okay, there it is.
All right.
And it was great.
All right, guys. It's been great. Big thanks to Monkey, Claude, and Jacob for coming along with me on the ride. We will return. Lots of Disney afternoon speculation to come. Just tons more DuckTales. It'll be probably bi-monthly, as I said. But
Mhm.
in the meantime, yeah,
And the podcast too. That's coming soon.
yeah,
so.
sure, and the podcast, sure. In the meantime, folks, have a good night. Woohoo!
Off to adventure.
Hey, a
Dude.
podcast. Yeah, we're gonna be a podcast starring everybody.
And
Do 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 do.
Dun, 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 dun.
Goodbye, Goblin
Goodbye.
lovers. Summer travels here are over.